What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Toshi today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. It is the 9th of June today, and here we are at about 3056 with 9 hours and 14 minutes left in the day. We found resistance today, right at our prior areas of resistance here and prior areas of support. The day is yet to close. Let's see how we do with it. Things are looking pretty damn bullish at the moment, not just for Toshi, but for the rest of the markets as well. Bitcoin's moving up. Stocks are on the up and up today. It's a very real possibility and something to consider that this could be the low. But if we're looking at this from a low to a high here, typically getting this close to the 0.5, I would think that you go to it and find support at it at the very least. But it's very possible that you don't. You don't have to. Just because that's typical doesn't mean that you have to do it, right? Sometimes and oftentimes enough, we do see weird things happen in the charts or things that are not exactly as you expect them to be. But where we found support here, let's just see, at this low, that was right at the tip, the very tip of this point of resistance, areas of resistance here, it's good enough. That very well could be the low. If it's not the low, my expectation would be that we go down to 0.00044 or 0.00042, either interacting with that 0.5 or even interacting with the closing highs of this range here. So something in that area might be what I would expect personally. But if today can close like this, if Bitcoin can close like this and keep moving up, as long as we don't get some kind of major reversal by the end of today or tomorrow, I think that we're in good shape to officially declare this as the low. I want to hold off on saying that. I want to hold off on the excitement. Don't be too eager at like right now. But it's looking good. Let's just say it's looking good, okay? Bouncing off your oversold zone like this, that's a good. You didn't even get to your oversold zone, man, but you're in that area. This is a good look. Typically, whenever you reject the oversold zone like this, you will find resistance either at the 50, at the 60, or maybe even go all the way up to the overbought zone, you know? And anything above the 50, I think, would be very convincing, at least to me, that this is the low. So if we can get above the 50, if we can get out of this range, if we can interact with this range here, I'd be very convinced that this is the low. But time will tell. We'll see how it goes. We've identified this as kind of like a parallel channel coming down, lower highs, lower lows. My straight line drawing capabilities are on point for whatever reason over the past day. Very proud of myself. I might redo this one again. Let's just see. Boom. Nope. That was not that straight, but it's kind of on point still. We're at the areas that you'd expect to find resistance. That's all I'm trying to show here. Is that we are at areas that you might expect to find resistance. So again, curb your enthusiasm for now. There might be reasons to be excited, but we won't know until maybe sometime tomorrow. Depending on how Bitcoin and the rest of the market closes. Let's look at the 1 hour time frame here. Getting some volume coming up. That's nice, right? This is actually better than what a lot of coins look like today. Most of them have like insignificant volume. This one's actually got some significant volume here. On MEXC, what about on Coinbase? Yeah, you're looking good. That's good volume. Bearish rejection candle there last hour with a lot of volume, the most volume that you've seen throughout this whole move up, except for that little spike there, I suppose. 11 minutes left in this one, and you're eating it back up pretty well. There's a lot of good things going on here, man. Even this bearish little shakeout that you had didn't seem to sustain, and it seems you ate it right back up all in the same hour, right? We got 10 minutes left. I would assume that in the next 10 minutes you don't reject down and close this 1 hour red, but we'll see. Looking at the RSI, you're in a very, very bullish posturing. Higher lows, higher highs, the whole shebang, right? You're getting into the overbought zone. Typically, these uptrends do end once you're in the overbought zone, and especially with bearish divergence. If we keep moving up, we set ourselves up for having a lower high in the RSI while having a higher high here, and then potentially finding resistance in the same area that we found resistance before. Again, just more reasons to curb your enthusiasm. Don't get too excited. Just because we find resistance up here, we get some bearish divergence, doesn't mean that we have to see a lower low. It just might mean that we're not pumping right now to new all-time highs, right? We might recover, see a higher low overall, something like that, and then come up later. Time will tell. It is possible that this could imply that we are going lower, that our little uptrend is done and now we're beginning our downtrend again. But at this point in time, I would say that the 1 hour RSI looks bullish. The prospect of ending this 1 hour uptrend is not enough for me to be bearish to new lows, but it is enough for me to be skeptical on the idea if we go up too much higher. I doubt that we go too much higher from here, right? We're probably not going to get, if we get above these highs here at 30595, let's say 306, if we get above those highs there, I would say we don't go too much above them. Okay, we'll probably find resistance somewhere between, around these highs, if not a little bit above there, over the coming hours. If not, maybe we just reject down and we go down. I don't know. Wouldn't that be a pisser if in the next like 9 minutes we just rejected down hard? That would be kind of interesting. Let's see. Let's look at the 4-hour time frame here, and then we'll zoom out to the daily and we'll wrap this up. 4-hour time frame, 1 hour and 9 minutes left. You are at a very precarious situation. I think it's imperative that you do close this candle green, that you do get into the overbought zone, because if you reject here, the 1 hour time frame is less significant, man. The 4 hours more significant. It'll outweigh it. If you close this 4-hour time frame red, I don't care if you go up and then you come back down. If you close it red all within the next hour and 8 minutes, you'll be rejecting the overbought zone, and that would at least be good for a move down to the 50, which would probably also take you back down to like 3054 or below there, something in this area here, which isn't bad. Again, it's not condemning to lower lows. It'd just be a higher low in this kind of aspect here. But I don't necessarily like the 4-hour where it is. Overall, it's looking like it's building some structure, which is nice. But whenever you have a moment to be bullish, you're just not expressing that bullishness. Like, get into the overbought zone. What are you doing? Get up in there. Get up in there. You have no problem getting oversold. Why are you having a problem getting overbought? You know what I mean? You got higher highs in the RSI with lower highs in the price. You need to close this candle green and the candles after it green if you want to validate this as a low. Or at least validate the idea that we're moving up immediately. It is possible, again, that we could reject this area right now and consolidate a little bit. Maybe we're forming a inverse head and shoulders pattern where you have your left shoulder here, your right shoulder here, and then here's your head. I don't know. It could be. The volume profile actually kind of fits that. We've got the lower, we've got the volume dropping off steadily, right? I can't draw a straight line now, man. What's wrong with me? I had such good straight line drawing capabilities, but now they're gone. They were here for a day just to tease me. Yeah. I guess if I had to end this video, if I had to give you my closing thoughts, my thoughts would be, while things do look bullish and promising right now, I'm not convinced. I'm hesitant to be bullish here. And that's not because I don't want to be wrong. I don't care if I'm right or wrong. Who cares? It's because I don't want to get too excited, and I don't want people to get excited about something that isn't worth getting excited over, right? If we were up at 307, it's a different story. Okay, it's with volume coming in, the RSI is above the 50, we rejected the oversold zone, we're breaking out of this downtrend, like all that stuff, it'd be a different story, but we're not there yet. Let's see how we do. Let's wait for the day to close, maybe even wait for the next couple of days to close, and then it might be time to get excited. Whenever we are moving up, and again, if we move down, I'm expecting 3044 to 3042, somewhere in that area, right? When we move up, the expectation would be to go all the way up to about 2045 to 1 cent, somewhere around like half a cent to 1 cent. That's the target expectation by the end of July, sometime in the middle of July probably. I got nothing else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. If it seems like there's a lot of head scratching going on, like, I don't know, like we could do this, we could do that, we're kind of in a precarious situation right now where we really could make it or break it. We could start showing some bullishness or some bearishness at any given moment. So let's just wait and see. Don't get too excited. Don't get too pessimistic. Don't get excited if we move up a little bit more. Don't get pessimistic if we move down a little bit more. Nothing's certain right now. But with that being said, I am maintaining my bias toward the downside. I am still, the call for me still is 3044 to 3042. I'll see you guys on the next one. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Bye-bye.